This is First God, Then the Mind, originally published by the Philosopher's Magazine, and then most recently appearing in my book, What Don't You Know? It examines the following thesis. If we do not need to postulate an intelligent designer to explain the universe, we do not need to postulate intelligent beings to explain human behavior. And this will be, in many ways, can be seen as sort of a demo for Occam's razor in action, and perhaps also seen as a reductio ad absurdum using Occam's razor. So let's begin by looking at the classic argument from design. So here's how it goes. The existence of an intelligent designer can be inferred from the apparent design of the world. One variation of this is what's called the fine-tuned argument. And here's how it goes. Given the amazing complexity of the Earth and life in it, untold numbers of factors would have to be just right. Given the odds, and given that things are just right, it's reasonable to infer there must be an intelligent designer that made sure that all those incredible complex factors are just right. So how could this be refuted? I mean, the argument from design, very appealing, but what is a classic way of defeating it? Well, one approach is what's called the big universe, response. And here's how it goes. This is a standard response based on the size of the universe and basic probability. So, even if the odds that a specific planet will be just right are slim, or even incredibly slim, the odds of a planet that is just right increases as the number of planets increases. Given the vast size of the universe, it is therefore reasonable to accept that life emerged by unguided chance. So the idea is that the probability of life appearing just by chance, even if it's extraordinarily low, as long as it's more than zero, which most people will concede, the idea is that if you have a pretty big universe, then the odds that it will occur, at least once, would actually be pretty good. To use a kind of analogy, if there's a chance to win at a game of chance, even if the odds are incredibly small, if you play it over and over and over again, eventually it would be likely that you would win. So if we apply Occam's razor and accept the chance hypothesis over the existence of an intelligent designer, then the reasonable thing to do is, of course, say the universe results from pure chance, a standard Occam's razor argument. So if we can explain, the just right appearance of the Earth in terms of pure chance in a big universe by Occam's razor, we don't need to add another entity to the picture, namely God. So the razor slashes away God. At least that's how the argument goes. So how can we counter the big universe argument? Well, one way to do this is to escalate. And instead of just having a fine-tuned Earth, like Earth is really, great for life, must be designed, we can also switch to the entire universe and say that the universe itself seems fine-tuned for our existence. Given that the universe is just right, and the odds of this occurring without, guidance are so extremely low, an intelligent designer. So that counter to the, big universe is the fine-tuned universe. And as you might be suspecting, there is a counter, which is not a even bigger universe, but many universes. So even if the odds that a specific universe would be just right are small, or even infinitesimally small, as long as they're, as long as the odds are more than zero, the odds that a universe exists that is just right will increase in proportion to the number of universes. So if the odds are incredibly small, but we have many, many universes, the odds of one of them being right will increase. Again, going back to the analogy of a game of chance, even if your odds of, say, winning are very small, if you play over and over and over, you'll lose lots and lots, but you are likely to win eventually. You're more likely to win the more you play. but of course you're going to lose a lot. Now, many physicists and cosmologists do claim that there are a multitude of universes that exist, that there are many, many universes. So you may be wondering, but wouldn't that go against Occam's razor, having, potentially an infinite number of universes? Well, the razor is a metaphysical injunction against multiplying the kinds of entities, not multiplying the number of one kind of entity. So if you have an infinite number of universes, that'd be a lot of universes, but looked at in terms of metaphysics, it only involves one kind of entity, namely, universes that are material. Now, having just one universe and an intelligent designer metaphysically involves two types of entities. Typically, you've got a universe, and then you have, God. So two types of beings. So, from the standpoint of the metaphysical version of Occam's razor, infinite universes are ontologically cheaper than one universe plus God. So, the multiple universe hypothesis has the advantage over the intelligent design hypothesis, interestingly enough. So, as you might imagine, those who believe that this wraps it up for God believe that this wraps it up for God. But where can this argument, this Occam razor argument, take us? Well, as I mentioned in the start, if it works for God, it should also seem to work for us. So how would this work? Well, think about this. Instead of having a design argument for God, let's have a design argument for intelligent. So we generally think that humans are intelligent beings, jokes about politics and YouTube and TikTok, etc. aside, because humans reason. So at least some behavior exhibited by human beings seems to indicate the presence of intelligence. And it would be unreasonable, one may contend, to attribute such behavior to unguided chance. This reasoning, as you might gather, matches the argument from design. It's analogous to it. And so, since the reasoning is analogous, it can be countered in essentially the same way. So, how can we Occam razor intelligence? Well, here's how we can do it. The argument against intelligence would be this. Even if the odds that a creature on a planet will behave in ways that seem intelligent are incredibly slim, the odds of there being such a planet will increase as the number of planets increases. Now, given the size of the universe, and Occam's razor, we can infer that all apparently intelligent behavior on Earth is the result of unguided chance. Now, one counter, of course, could be the more beings encounter, or rather counter. The existence of intelligence could be supported by finding other apparently intelligent beings, other worlds with intelligent beings, or intelligent beings here on Earth that are not human. However, even if the entire universe were teeming with seemingly intelligent life, like we go out there and it's kind of like a Star Trek future, where almost everywhere we go we keep encountering intelligent beings, it shouldn't be inferred that there actually are intelligent beings. How so? Well, we can bring in the many universe hypothesis again. So even if the odds are that a specific universe is inhabited by creatures that appear to behave intelligently are small, the odds that there is such a universe increases in proportion to the number of universes. So given Occam's razor, and a choice between a multitude of universes or accepting one universe containing intelligent beings, the multitude of universes is the one that must be chosen. And so, by analogy, if we can eliminate God as an intelligent designer, it would seem that we could also eliminate humans as intelligent beings. In fact, all intelligent beings, leaving a universe devoid of intelligence. So stay safe, and I'll see you in the future.